What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and we are all the way to the end of Populous, the Beginnings Invisible Cup. There's only 2 matches left, the grand finals, and then this match. This is a third place match to decide which of our players claims the $150 prize for third place. Playing as the Yellow Tribe in the Yellow Base. His map pick, it is PopTB Firestorm. We saw him take a painful defeat to Balloon just yesterday. Did his best, but he got a bit frustrated. Walked away. Playing as the Red Tribe from the Green Base, it is PopTB Tornado. So here we are on Walls. This is the first map. May as well get it out of the way. So we can see the population's dead even these first 5 seconds into the game. So there we are. Huts going up nice and quick. Quick building in the second base as well for our yellow player, as red is continuing to just move around slowly. Going to be picking up converts here and there. So our second map after this, or for the sake of YouTube, the map bans were Dead Sea, banned by Firestorm, and Bifrost was banned by Tornado. The map picks is going to be Walls, which is what we're on now. This is game 1 of this best of 5. Then after Walls, we go to Face Off. After Face Off, we go to Hollow Fields. And then if necessary, we go to Cess. And then our tiebreaker map will be the true 1v1 veterans map of Yggdrasil. Converts coming on in. Just cleaning up. Making sure you have as much population as possible. We can check the pops. 32 to 32. Players dead even, although red a little bit ahead on the old green bar. Hugo's favourite is the green bar. Those of you who don't watch any Populous, what do I mean when I say the green bar? Well, the more huts you build, the more maximum population you're allowed. But you don't get that population instantly. You have to wait for it to spawn in. The green bar is representative of what your maximum population can be. If your population can continue to grow based on what you have in the field of Populous, you have what we call a green bar. If your max pop is higher or equal to, or if your actual pop is higher or equal to your maximum pop, you have what we call a red bar, which means your population cannot increase until you build further huts. Perhaps a little bit late to be explaining a mechanic like that when we're on the third place match of a tournament, but you never know who watches these videos, who stumbles on these, and who might be trying to make sense of Populous at the beginning for the first time, or just remind themselves how the game works. Of course, this game was released in 1998. Quite an old game. A gem close to many of our hearts. But old, all the very same. We love it like we love a grandparent at this point. But anyway, I'm doing my best to talk through the first 5 minutes of Walls in which nothing is happening. It does look like yellow... No, I thought yellow would mess this up a little bit, building plan. It does look like that plan's still there for the moment being. Still got the opportunity to build there. So, Yellow Shaman going to do her little dance in circles, same for the Red Shaman. Now, we saw a lot of aggressive plays out of our Red Shaman in previous games, often centered around lightnings. Now, a lot of these huts have been dismantled, but haven't actually been replaced. Kind of sets you on the back foot if you only do half of the dismantling. You have to repair these huts as well. So this map tends to read out a little bit of slower play from our players. They like to get their populations up, and then we'll start to see a little bit of earthquake spam at the front. Although our red player, sporting 3 lightnings, he doesn't want to play this the traditional shaman way. And that's been very, how do I say, very characteristic of our red shaman's playstyle. I don't know who in the community might do that, but our red shaman player has, throughout the entire tournament, used his shaman as a support unit, as opposed to making her this devastating hyper carry unit. She charges a lot of lightnings, a lot of swarms, a lot of blasts, and she goes in with a metric ton of warriors and tries to win the game with troops. Population's still dead even, although yellow has now massively pulled ahead in the world of the green bar, and that's what building up the second base will do for you. Red shaman is moving forward. Gonna get bullied by a tower, uses a tornado on the tower, it picks up the fire warrior and takes the tower out with it. Fire warrior is gonna fly over here and meet his untimely demise. That calls first pop blood for this entire series. The first kill going the way of the red shaman. Let's see if the game goes that way as well, as the yellow shaman responds in kind with a very mean earthquake. Gets one of the huts, sinks a tower, creates a little bit of water. Most annoying about that earthquake is this puddle, which could run interference at later stages of the game. So our red shaman going to be pushing forward, perhaps to take the middle. No, she changed her mind. She changed her mind, she turned around, she's going back towards the huts. And she turned her mind, changed her mind and turned around again. A little bit of indecision from our shaman, our red shaman, as the yellow shaman comes out from a hut. Gonna get picked up by a tornado. Good proximity blasting onto the sort of vicinity of the tornado. Red shaman does reply with a tornado of his own before his death. Nice to see. So it looks like it's yellow's turn to counterattack. Yellow does have some ghosts in place. First tornado does come out for the yellow shaman. Yellow still has one more tornado and one earthquake. We're going to see the earthquake probably here because yellow won't push in too much based on yellow's previous playstyle. No, it does look like yellow wants to prove me wrong. Yellow's actually going to get in amongst one of the warrior huts. It's only the one, so it's not too bad if this does go down. But RNGesus says nay anyway, instead of going down. That warrior training hut not only not going down, but it's not even damaged. Not even the 60, 90, 90. 60, 90, 90. Not even the 90 seconds. Not even the 90 seconds. Red's base on the side strip here looks a little messy. We've got the red shaman throwing down ghosts. Lightning's getting traded for a blast. Red shaman does secure the kill. Now red needs to have those warriors in place, but only actually has 3 warriors right now. Now the tornado does come down. Going to be emptying out a couple of these towers. Look how many towers our yellow shaman is building. Yellow continuing to replenish the stock of towers faster than they can be destroyed. Another tornado does come out, finding a good little bit of damage. Here comes a swarm as well, as the first of the red tide start to attack into the yellow base. So this sort of shaman support style it's been more effective than I thought it would be in 1v1. You know, it's gotten tornado all the way to the 3rd place match. Fire warrior bullying the shaman. They actually knock her up just long enough for the lightning to strike down on top of her, which means red can actually continue the attack. Or at least red would be able to if red had the warriors. Red's pulling back the only 2 warriors that were on the front line. Probably trying to give a move order to additional warriors at the same time, but the warriors are taking so long to get to the front line that Red's probably not going to be able to capitalize on that yellow death, and he's got no more lightning, so he's going to need to charge another lightning if he wants to deal any damage here. Fortunately, our red shaman did bring a couple of fire warriors, and that was able to kill a lot of the troops. Lightning coming out for yellow shaman, does not find red. There's one of the real fire warriors amongst the ghosts. Tries to be a little bit of a nuisance. Yellow shaman does respawn with a second light, and this second light actually does deal damage. Couple of warriors getting into the yellow base as well, going to be able to kill some population, depending on how damaged they were. Here comes the counterattack for our yellow shaman. Earthquake going down onto the middle strip. Once again, only going to get a hut for the trouble. Now, Red's being allowed to get away with this because Yellow's not using the mana smartly. Yellow is using the mana, you know, all these earthquakes, but it's not smart. You know, we've had one earthquake here, got a tower and a hut. One earthquake here, got a hut. One earthquake here, I think it got a hut and a tower. Maybe just a hut. It's not very smart use of mana. Yellow shaman going to be patrolling on high ground. The red shaman is aware of it and manages to dodge out of the way. Ghosts inside the tower being a little bit annoying, but a blast is just going to clear them up. So the population's 98 to 96. Yellow still continuing to try to charge earthquakes and play traditional mana build. Red, however, not training troops, which is a little bit lazy and a little bit slow of our red shaman player. The support shaman style only works if you've got troops to support. Red's normally been pretty quick about training his own troops, but in this game he's feeling a little slow, a little sluggish. Hasn't established the same force of troops that he did before. Oh, red shaman did manage to slip in a sneaky earthquake charge. That'll be why the warriors weren't training. That earthquake's also unfavourable, so you can't say I'm biased towards one player's earthquakes, because that was also garbage. There's a very nature of earthquakes, why it can be good to not rely on them. So long as you have a well-formed and well-developed strategy that does something different effectively. Yellow shaman is alive. Going to throw down a couple of blasts onto the population that has been used in the base. The lightning does not quite find the red shaman. Yellow shaman almost pushed into the water. Those fire warriors were not clicked on her, so they don't gang up on her. Only one of the fire warriors is trying to kill the shaman. Oh, but he gets it! Very weird. Red getting a consecutive kill there against our yellow shaman, allowing him to keep the population lead for the moment being. Doesn't have any troops on this front line though, and he hasn't been charging conventional spells per se. Or he could finish that. One blast, man. One blast. Just one blast, man. Boom. Blast it. Blast it. That's next to it. Oh my god. So the proximity blasts from red are softening up these fire warriors, almost killing them, but not quite actually killing them. Earthquake coming out for our red shaman in amongst these warrior training huts. It cuts perfectly for yellow by not destroying either of them. If it cut this way, it could have been a little bit more annoying. Yellow shaman does miss the light, throws down a follow-up swarm to scare the fire warriors, missing a second light as well. Yellow shaman not particularly dialed in, it seems, to the shaman dueling as red continues to apply pressure with braves. Brought braves forward to start dealing damage to these towers. Even brought some warriors in as well. You could kill this hut with a blast, man. Player could find that out for themselves. These health bars are visible. We've never seen the 1.5 edition. This green bar atop the population here. This represents the health of a building. You can see it ticking down as troops deal damage to it. That will indicate when the building loses a wood stage of HP. See? This is available to players while they're in the game as well. They can right-click anything and see the health bar. So, Red could find out that this is close to death and destroy it. It looks like he's actually just going to get a Brave to do it for him. There we go. Hut's gone. But look at this. Yellow's losing control of the map here. Fire Warriors patrolling on the high ground. Warriors being used to trickle in as well. We're getting some very aggressive periodical play. This isn't wham bam unload of spells and the game wins, which is how most people know Populous and how most people associate a win with Populous. This is just, I'm going to take territory away from you, I'm going to control it, I'm going to charge lightning so that your shaman can't do very much, and then my troops are just going to slowly whittle you down. Take away the resources of the player. So the yellow shaman did hit red there and managed to clear out the red shaman, which now means she's going to be able to clear out these fire warriors and some of these braves as well. Red actually building towers on the yellow side of the map. I love that play. Very aggressive. I love to see it happening. Again, we're talking about that zone control. You control zones even more if you have towers up. And you can see 129 to 98. Yellow's population pretty much hasn't moved throughout the entire duration of that attack, whereas Red's has grown by about 30. So Red is pulling ahead. See if he has the macro back at home. It doesn't look like he does. He's a little bit slow on these huts. Could put down another row of huts. Get some macro play in. We missed Yellow dying. I didn't expect Yellow to die to a couple of Fire Warriors, but that is exactly what happened. Yellow's death meaning even more red soldiers going to going to charge on into the base. So, red shaman throwing down a swarm. Gonna distract one of those warriors. Actually, might go into this base for an attack. A little bit of indecision from the shaman as to whether she wants to or not. Red has 3 lightnings, so can easily kill yellow shaman. We'll probably make a decision on what to do based on what yellow shaman does. Oh, shaman almost ran down the side of that cliff. That could have been dangerous. Lightning from red does not quite find the shaman. This tower is actually allowed to finish. Even more towers being built as well as warriors continue to strip back the yellow defense. Yellow shaman manages to take out red with a well-placed light. Yellow going to use land bridge to try and create more traversable paths. Look at this. Red's troops are already in this side base and they are causing hell. Yellow invested resources and time into building this up. You know, there's large huts over here. This red warrior swarm can actually do good amount of damage if they're controlled and sent amongst the huts properly. Yellow shaman isn't going to be able to launch a counter-attack because she's forced to come over here and deal with all these warriors. I mean, look how quickly these warriors will take down a hut when they are all commanded into it. No, why are you getting out? Okay. Warriors are going to be split up amongst the huts so the shaman cannot clear them up anywhere near as easily. Does make it so they might not get this hut completely, but they are going to split up and be more annoying. Meanwhile, our red shaman has respawned, going to do the typical long land bridge to make the path to the front line a little bit easier. There's a couple of reasons that players do that, but it is a known strategy here on walls. There goes one large hut. Warriors still about. Could do more damage to that. Another fire warrior training hut under damage as well. Well placed shot from our yellow shaman is going to get the damage in on red. Has these red towers on her middle strip that she has to deal with though. She's got to send troops or resources or use her own spells to clear those up. Yellow warriors have arrived. Going to be able to clear up this little red run by. It looks like they only got one hut by the end of it. Nope, never mind. They got the fire warrior training hut as well. That's pretty big. Massively slow down the production of fire warriors for yellow, who has now been reduced to just the one fire warrior training hut. Yellow also on one warrior training hut because all 3 of these in the middle of the map were damaged. Oh no, there's another one over here, so there is 2. Wow, red likes his fire warrior training huts, doesn't he? He's got 4 fire warrior training huts. What does he think he's doing? He thinks he's playing Protoss. Just building gateways, man. Gateway, 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 gateway. Nope. Typically you don't see 4 Fire Warrior training huts, so interesting to see Red favouring. But it makes sense if you think Red has been playing this entire tournament with troops. Lightning's on the Shaman and then kills with troops. It goes to figure that Red would be playing this the exact same way. 4 Fire Warrior training huts means 4 lots of Fire Warriors coming out at once. That's a lot of troops. But Red's not utilising that right now at 146 pop out of 223. 127 out of 199 for our yellow player. Red actually ahead in spells as well. Going to be filling in some of the water, opening up a potential side door. Hollow Swarm comes down. Yellow Shaman coming forward, throwing out 1 light, 2 light. She misses them both as our Yellow Shaman is forced to back away. She's doing the dance. Trying to sneak a kill, but she was unsuccessful. Those 2 lightnings being wasted. A Red Shaman could take advantage of that. He's disrupt the warriors, maybe. 3rd lightning missed for our Yellow Shaman. Caught standing still. 4th lightning is a long-range S-click, but it does not take them out. Red Shaman has a big opportunity to attack here. Let the warriors handle this front. Go side door. Do some real damage, Red. You've got a Firestorm. You've got double Earthquake. So our Red Shaman's going to play zone control again by the looks of it. Going to come up here, going to try to take control of this middle, deny resources for yellow. Earthquake onto the towers. Maybe that is a good idea. It depends what the Earthquake does. If it burns all these warriors, though, it won't be good. Oh, the red warriors almost running into the lava, but not quite. A little bit of luck involved there, I think, because they almost went charging straight on down into that lava. You can see that there are fire warriors hiding in huts. I hope our Red Shaman sees that. Yeah, throwing down the swarm, going to be forcing them to escape. Red stuck in this little hole now, needs to use Fire Warriors to push Yellow Shaman because she's just going to light, and it's an easy light for her. This is like a fish in a barrel down here. Don't want to be down here. Once again, Red Warriors getting into Yellow's secondary base. Very scrappy game. Nice back-to-back trading going on here. Very aggressive from our players. And if this is game 1, it bodes well for the rest of the tournament. These two giving it their absolute all for the very first game of this best-of-5 series. Nice to see that these players are capable of giving each other a competitive match. Even if this ends up a 3-0, it's nice to see these two styles meeting in battle. Troop-heavy, shaman support style versus traditional, I got lots of mana. So, our red shaman going to move over. Yellow shaman is preoccupied. Red might be able to get this side door off before yellow shaman arrives, though probably not. Where? Oh, what a land bridge! Perfectly timed from our red shaman. Use the firestorm. There's the firestorm from our red shaman, going to catch all the fire warriors before they can get into the guard towers. So there are red troops spreading out amongst the yellow second base, and now red gets to get in here. Red only has the one earthquake, and looks like the shaman's having a bit of path trouble here. And she can get pushed all the way back down. Typically, you might see players for reasons that... this fire warrior pushed her back out of the water. So typically, when you do a side door here, you will almost always see players take an extra land bridge. The reason for that is to make that path much more traversable. So you can actually get into the base. If you don't take that land bridge, you've got earthquake here and here, and hope it flattens it down. Apologies for my hiccups. So yeah, these red warriors are still here. They're still here. They're getting lots more damage done than the first wave of warriors, that's for sure. They are causing all sorts of damage. Yellow shaman going to clear up a tower with a tornado. Just going uphill. Look at these red warriors, though. They are everywhere. Another long line bridge coming out of our red shaman. Just going to fix the path, keep this defense up, keep it all nicely walled up. Build some towers on that strip, I suspect, and use it for safekeeping. Red has charged a second Firestorm, so now has another Firestorm available to cast, as well as an Earthquake, still rocking a couple of lights, full stack of Swarms, a couple of land bridges, but we can see that Yellow's pop has started to bleed out as a result of those attacks. Population 163 out of 230 for red, 111 out of 155 for yellow. Warriors still doing a little bit of damage, quite annoying. Yellow misses the first light, follows up nicely with the second, but that gives a good opportunity for red to counter light. Both shamans dead, and with red troops everywhere, I think that favors red, that trade. You can see yellow working 8 warriors, 8 fire warriors. Red, 6 warriors, 23 fire warriors. And those fire warriors are being brought to the front lines. So they are being used quite aggressively in this as well. You can see they're taking down a warrior there. Probably going to get another warrior kill here as well. There's another warrior kill. So here comes the red tide. Braves being sent once again. Warriors as well. Fire warriors being clicked on the shaman. They will get their volley off. Oh boy, that's a big death. GG, says Firestorm. Overwhelmed by troops. That's exactly what happened. Tornado says GG. Takes game number 1 against Firestorm on Firestorm's map pick as well. Yellow Shaman is up. She's alive. She throws out the lightning, but the Firestorm does also go down. Yellow Shaman sort of almost stuck in the middle of it. She's going to pick up the Fire Warriors in a Tornado. That's always a terrible idea. Fire Warriors in a Tornado can still shoot. You really don't want to pick up Fire Warriors in a Tornado if you can help it. Troops everywhere. Still just completely overwhelming our yellow player. Absolutely blinder of an aggressive game for our player Tornado. See what our yellow shaman does. We'll see if the yellow shaman looks like she wants to make some form of comeback. I don't know why I said it like that. There's a giant ass fly on my screen, and it's not the matchmaker fly, it's an actual real giant ass fly on my screen. Actually annoying. Red gets caught trying to side door. Yellow throws down a million lightnings and misses a couple, eventually hitting one. Yellow's lightnings this game have been, well, do you know what? I'm not going to mince my words. Yellow's lightnings in this first game have been terrible. Yellow's averaged 2 to 3 shots and has achieved nothing with them. That warrior's going to get absolutely massacred, as is this one. So, yellow shaman does respawn. Seems a bit weird that yellow calls GG and then doesn't surrender. It's like my pet peeve. Yellow is going to hang in there. Population 165 to 101. Red's finally going to complete that side door that he tried to do ages ago. Follows up with a land bridge, expecting to just get on up, but yellow is there. Yellow going to mega camp with lights, but it doesn't matter because troops are everywhere. So long as red keeps up the troop production and keeps sending them in from all angles, yellow will just die anyway. My stream chat are cheering for Firestorm. I'm not. I'm cheering for Tornado. I want my boy Tornado to take third place. So we've got yellow troops trying to answer back like for like. But they're not doing anywhere near the amount of damage that red's troops are. Red Shaman can just dance around and avoid yellow Shaman all she wants. Keep the continual troop pressure up. Lightning does come down, nailing Red Shaman there. But these extra Fire Warriors are going to apply decent pressure onto our Yellow Shaman. Does the Yellow Shaman survive here? She's still not seeing stars. There's the stars, so she is on low health. A couple more volleys and she could go down. As red troops continue to run rampant on the side strip, taking out even more huts. Yellow's pretty much lost this entire second base now. So, Babbo once again pretending that he's the authority, the only authority on skilled populous play, when he's got the shaman skill of a 5-year-old. But that is GG, and that's going to be the last comment that's in this game VOD as well. Tornado finally emerges victorious over Firestorm in the first game. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and we are actually here with game number 2. One of these two players likes taking long breaks between every game. Playing as the red tribe in a position that I don't know because I hate this map. It is PopTB Tornado. Up one game, actually, taking a very impressive, aggressive victory on 4 walls. Playing as the yellow tribe in another base I don't know and don't care to know because this map sucks. It is PopTB Firestorm. Blasts do come in, but it looks like our red shaman gets the advantage of the early blast duel. Yellow got the lion's share of the convert, however. Yellow way ahead in population. Even taking some of that wood back to the base as well. So yellow does get a little bit ahead off of the result of that. Red Shaman going to build a little tower. Already training Fire Warriors to fill it as well. Little convert going on there. First Fire Warrior on the way for our red player, going to get onto the hill as quickly as possible. Ahmed, buddy, thank you for the subscription, mate. Come on, man. If you put that convert there instead of there, you would have got them both. Peak52 gifting a sub as well. Going over to Sneaky. Thank you, Keith. But anyway, I'm going to try and focus on the game now as much as I love you guys and your generous support. I've got a game to cast, and it looks like things are finally going to start happening. Populations, 19 out of 29. 24 out of 32 for yellow. So yellow is still ahead of red at this moment in time. Got a significantly better convert out of the middle strip. Red, the Shaman's just going to secure the hill. These braves could be used to continue building huts, towers, just keep building up this middle. What I do like, there's not much about face-off that I do like. I do like players that build a warrior training hut up here. It's a great way to have warriors in a really flexible position. So if you build a warrior training hut back here, they have to walk all the way up to the hill and then all the way around. If you put it on the hill, they can retreat to your base pretty quickly, but they can also be aggressive very quickly as well. They're useful a lot quicker. Nice little high ground blast onto the yellow shaman, who starts to see stars and is forced to retreat. But it does look like yellow isn't brand new to face off. Does seem to have a concept of what she wants to do. Nice safe warrior training hut. Fire warrior training hut, couple of defensive towers put in to stop red getting too far into the base. As red continues to just fill towers and be annoying. Yellow bringing fire warriors to the mid to try to secure it. Yellow shaman forced to retreat for the time being. She does have to be careful. She's really trying to push this high ground. She does use ghosts to stop red from getting the high ground advantage. Direct blast onto the red shaman. Oh, she goes for a roll and then falls into the water anyway. But yellow also dies, going like for like in the duel, which means the middle control remains red's. Population 38 out of 35. That gap pretty much completely narrowed now as yellow used a lot of potential population to try to take that hill. See, red is dismantling up a storm. Neither of our shamans completed a full spell yet. Not even an easy spell like lightnings. Yellow just has some ghosts. Already used one wave of ghosts. Has another ready to go. Ghosts are not the best thing in the world on their own. And you can see red has started to build out as well. Tower coming down over here. Probably a hut here. Just really building up that middle and taking control of it. Yellow shaman spawning a lightning, while red has the earthquake. Now, red does have to be careful because yellow could just get that kill and try to take back the middle, but red is going to want to look forward to poke on in with this frontline earthquake. There's the lightning. Red shaman does miss it, but she is hit by the towers. The follow-up blast doesn't actually secure her death. Red's towers providing fire support. I think both shamans go down, so red gets that earthquake off, and yellow cannot launch a counterattack. And what's more annoying, that earthquake cut in just about the most damaging way possible. So I would expect to see red pulling ahead. Population's dead even. Green bar in favour of red, who hasn't finished the base yet. Second warrior training hut coming up for our yellow player. This telegraphs Yellow's next move. If red goes to the minimap, red will see it. Next move for Yellow is going to be Lambridge, and Lambridge start opening up the side door and attacking down there. There you go. There's the Yellow Shaman. She is alive. Red getting caught going towards the middle as the Lambridge does go down. Does red turn around or does red just attack? Red has access to one tornado at the moment. It looks like red's just going to attack. He does not care. He knows that the Yellow Shaman isn't going to have any mana, and it's only warriors that he has to be afraid of. And there certainly aren't any warriors there to be afraid of. Red Shaman using some proximity blasting to try to kill some of those fire warriors that were sent forward. So that tornado goes off into the horizon and continues to be a general nuisance. Population's 59 to 50. So as we predicted, red has started to run away with that lead. Fire warriors in towers all over. This middle is now secured for red. Be nice to see a warrior training hut up here now. Yellow Shaman's going to move on round to the side. Lambridge does connect. This tower has not been filled. So we're going to see a push, a counter-attack from Yellow, the most obvious one in the world. It was really Yellow's only play. As you can see, red has already moved down to try to deal with it. Yellow misses. The only lightning that Yellow has gets picked up in a tornado with a couple of the warriors. The blasting, not able to secure the death because she gets thrown out of the tornado almost immediately. But these warriors get picked up into a tornado, some of them softened by blasts as well, and now red gets to launch a pretty easy counterattack. It's got to be said. Yellow not going to be able to do too much damage here. There's the warrior training her on the high ground as well. So frontline warriors going to be able to reinforce the position as well. Here comes the Ghost Army. Tornado onto the high ground tower, clearing that up almost immediately. Red has access to one lightning with which he might be able to kill the Yellow Shaman. He doesn't have any damaging spells of his own though. So he's going to need troops to push in and actually deal any damage. And he just doesn't have any at the moment. So he's got 2 warriors at this moment in time. Populations, however, 72 to 53. So definite red advantage. Red looking very likely to win this game, but you know, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Blast does come down onto one of the Braves. Lightning from Yellow does not find the Red Shaman. Blasts coming down onto the annoying ghosts. And there's a real Brave in there as well, so those Braves are going to get engaged on. It looks like red is trying to secure some territory with the use of troops, which is never a bad idea. Would like to see more warriors than just the 2. But here comes our Red Shaman. She's got no spells, so anything she's doing here is purely with Blast. Oh, she's just completed an Earthquake charge. Never mind. Fire Warrior's been clicked on her though. One more volley and she should go into the water, but she manages to get the Earthquake off just in time. There you go. That's annoying. That gets 2 hurts. Very annoying. But here come the Yellow Warriors for the counterattack. Now, if red had lots of warriors, red could push in at this point. Red's shored up this defense. He's built a hut on the front line. He's built a couple of extra towers. He's actually filled those towers. Yellow has so many warriors, 12 to be exact. So, you know, they could get damage in if Yellow can win a Shaman duel. Earthquake coming down for yellow onto the defense. Red Shaman does need to be careful because you never know what RNG is going to do. RNG actually works against yellow there. Sinks an incomplete tower and a hut. You can see the Red Shaman has started training a lot more warriors. So that warrior advantage for yellow is very swiftly dwindling as red just starts pumping them out themselves. It's now almost dead even. It is now dead even in warriors, and now red even has a warrior advantage. So yellow's wasted that warrior advantage by doing nothing. Wasted Earthquake into just some passive patrolling. Red can continue to build out this hill, which is exactly what red's doing, leaving no spot unbuilt. And even starting to replenish this defense as well. Yellow Shaman does not get killed by the lightning, but Yellow Shaman first light is just as bad. Second light does manage to get the kill though. Yellow Shaman seeing stars. Lots of yellow warriors on their way. Red warriors going to be looking for a counterattack perhaps. Yellow's base is exposed. Shaman will come back. You could ignore these. The Shaman is going to come back. You could just push in with these and launch a counterattack into the base itself. But it looks like the warriors have been pulled, sallying up the defense. Yellow Shaman taking a fire warrior shot, but not enough to actually make a worry, just enough to give up something to consider. Earthquake goes down, gets the fire warrior training her. Our red player now going to be without fire warriors right now. Good blast from yellow, clearing up about 4 warriors. Red's warriors on the middle still doing nothing. Nice lightning from our red Shaman, gets the kill onto yellow, forces those warriors to retreat. We'll be seeing what the next play is for red. Maybe everything, maybe nothing, you don't know. Red Shaman's going towards the middle again. Not that she has to, but she is. And look, red even left enough space up here for a fire warrior training hut. That's great. Lightning does come down onto one of the towers. The yellow Shaman looking to move the warriors into red's base once again. Red could look to take the trade, win the Shaman duel, and then trade the bases. That favors red. Got 11, 12 warriors for red, 12 for yellow, dead even on the warrior count once again. Problem is red is doing bugger all with his warriors half the game. They've been patrolling there for all of it, but it looks like they're finally going to go in now, the yellow Shaman. Out of position enough that they were considering going in, and then she turned around. So they turned around. This is great. Swarm comes down with a follow-up tornado, going to take out that hut. It's filled to the brim with fire warriors. Both players playing very patiently. They are being very cautious so as to not lose what is potentially $100. Yellow loses this map. He's on the back foot for the rest of the tournament. If red loses, well, this is his map pick. This was his first map pick, so you'd assume it's his strongest map. You never want to lose on your first map pick. Nice long-range lightning snipe. Fire warrior getting a bit chatty as he goes down in another lightning shot. Warriors going to be pushed on into yellow base. Fire warriors were trying to secure the hill, but there's fire warriors in huts firing off volleys that are stopping them. That fire warrior gives the red shaman a little boost, but she doesn't actually have any spells to do anything herself. In fact, she now dies, but look at all these red warriors. Big lightning for yellow gets all the red warriors on a single tile. There are still red warriors about the base though, dealing damage, killing a little bit of population. Actual population counts are 65 to 102. Looks like our yellow shaman managed to find a way to die as well. Not terribly sure how. I guess she got into a fist fight with some warriors or something. I don't know. These warriors are just now finally being cleaned up. Red Shaman was forced to roll down that hill by the first light and then trapped for an easy shot with the second light. Yellow has so many warriors here now, 17 actually. Going to be the magic number. It's only 60 pop, 17 of which are warriors. Yellow's not going to have too many spells. These warriors not too split up, but split up enough that they're not all taking splash damage. There's fire warriors in huts as well, so these braves going to slow the warriors down, make sure they take a lot of damage by the time the red warriors show up. And yeah, these yellow warriors getting killed nice and early on. The red shaman respawned and is going to ignore the attack of yellow. Probably realizes with the way yellow's warriors are and the way yellow's population is that not too much damage is going to come his way. If he just launches a counterattack of his own, probably wins. You can see the warriors are going to come in here now. Shaman spell walking across the side cheekily. Shaman caught out of position a little bit there. Woohoo! Blast does come out. Oh, nice lightning from our red shaman onto yellow there. Probably going to be the lightning that wins red the game, because now there's nothing really to stop these warriors from running rampant. Although the red shaman's retreating. And I've opened the encyclopedia. Red shaman retreating. Doesn't have any spells to do terribly much damage, but could be here to kill the yellow warriors as they show up. That's never a bad thing. Look, they're all grouped up. Yeah! Lightning onto yellow's warriors. A large chunk of them now dying. There's the GG and the surrender. Firestorm loses this match as well, and it's already match point for Tornado. Divinity, there was a comeback. It was... fuck. I don't remember. Hold on, I can tell you. Teleport versus Armageddon on CES. Teleport was behind like 70 pop and then won. Yeah. To be fair, it had nothing to do with CES. Like, that was just bad play by Armageddon. Armageddon played that so badly. So we could potentially be on match point here already, which is interesting. Too hot, man. It's a wraparound. I can show you. See, this is what I mean about Firestorm. He has again asked for. They have 5As. Good spot. Good spot. They are from my local music store. I keep them by my work desk because I'm a fiddler, and I like fiddling with these while I'm on conference calls. And I move them. You can see my work desk directly behind me, and I just moved them over to this desk, and I've been fiddling with them all day. That's why I don't normally have them here. Yeah, Firestorm just taking like another 6-minute break after every single game. Has the bladder of a 3-year-old. No, but there is a new rule, Z, that you should probably be aware of. And that is, if you ask me what Yellow's pop is, at any point, if you say Yellow pop, Babo's allowed to time you out for 10 minutes. So don't ask Yellow pop, Z. You cannot use the color code for yellow. Being a smart ass means you will get timed out for longer. That's what we call a superfan, Crosshair. I don't know, there might be Z, but I think the name Stan is stupid. Only Stan Lee could pull off being called Stan. Firestorm clicked in, waited for me to do the 3-second countdown, then unclicked in again. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and I am here with game number 3 of the 3rd place match for Populous at the beginning. We spend more time waiting for games than we have actually in games at this point. But playing as the red tribe from the yellow base, it is PopTB Tornado, who is already on match point after impressive victories on Walls and Face Off. His opponent, the one that likes to take really long breaks in between each game, it is PopTB Firestorm. Don't call him out now. He's had enough of them. He's doing a little bit of farming. He's doing a little bit of firestorming. No, he's not. That would be fake news. He's doing a little bit of farming. Our red player not farming at all. Yellow does steal a convert. That convert almost immediately getting blasted into the water, so it can't be too terribly useful, although it is going over here. I guess he's going to build a tower. Something annoying. Braves have seen him, however. They've been clicked onto him, so they're going to go beat the shit out of him before he can actually finish the tower. And the Braves cancel the plan as well. Nice little stop on that. Bit disruptive to Red's early game, and a little bit annoying, but otherwise well stopped. See if our Red players started farming, but not done terribly too much. So here we are, just waiting for players to get things built up, waiting for them to decide what happens next, what their strategy is even going to be. Let's see our Red Shaman here, grabbing remaining converts. Populations 44 to 45. Yellow slightly further ahead in the green bar. Fire Warrior training hut is up. Just going to see if those Fire Warriors do get trained and sent to the front line. Ooh, nice little roll from Red. That was a bit weird. Shaman went on a magical adventure. Blasts are traded. Neither Shaman dead. Can you get in that tower? Looks like the entrance is facing over a cliff. Could be potentially annoying. So our yellow shaman is dizzy. She does have an earthquake available to her as well. She uses a ghost army to push the only fire warrior away. Oh, that fire warrior fires a shot, but the yellow shaman recovers enough HP so that she doesn't die from it. Big earthquake for our yellow shaman there as it gets a majority of Red's pop, and yellow wins the shaman duel. Yellow's still alive. So many Braves went down in that earthquake there, and the Braves are scattering. Look at that. Gonna get some blasting down onto the Braves here. Probably going to be a quick GG here for our yellow shaman, as Red is now absolutely on the back foot. Yellow's even bringing fire warriors in. Red lost the fire warrior training hut on top of all the pop that he lost, losing the shaman duel as well. Sometimes that happens in a game of pop. Sometimes, you know, with the best will in the world, games just end. And this is one of those situations. You can see the yellow shaman is running around chasing the pop, blasting it around. Red down to 18 while yellow sits at 51. Yellow bringing Braves, bringing fire warriors, bringing everything. Keeping the pressure on our red shaman, who is going to struggle to be able to deal with the amount of troops that are pouring into the base. But no, the yellow shaman does go down. That's pretty important. Now the red shaman does not have the mana to charge a lot of blasts, and she's using them all on these Braves. So now these fire warriors should be able to get good volleys onto the shaman. There's one blast. Fire warriors grouped up, but two of them didn't die. And now this Brave combined with the fire warrior shot. Oh, this Brave, go on, get the push. There it is. Red died. So those Braves did get a little bit of damage on. Red down to 16 population. Yellow only lost 1 pop in that trade. Even more fire warriors going to be clicked on forward. Yellow really should just not give up this position. Just win the game as quickly as possible. Don't even give red the smallest opportunity to recover. Red finally building the Fire Warrior training hut. Fire Warriors standing beneath trees, really quite annoying, so that red is forced to burn trees to clear these Fire Warriors. Red down to 14 population, but he's got a green bar. He's got a green bar of 19. So our red shaman's going to get into a tower. Now yellow can just go around it. You don't need to go near it. You can just walk around the tower. That's going near the tower, dummy. Gotta go around it. Red's gonna send a couple of Fire Warriors at the yellow shaman. I don't know if yellow actually has any spells yet. Yellow has an earthquake and a lightning. Misses the lightning in true yellow fashion. Yellow hits like 1 in every 6 lightnings that he casts. Red says GG, and that's the appropriate move. Just GG out of this one, go to the next one. Next map is going to be New Brimnir Palace. That game barely lasting the wait time that Firestorm made us. What is up, everyone? And I am going to just admit this right now. This is the most biased you're ever going to hear me in a cast, because dear God, do I want Firestorm to lose. I am Lovenji Gaming. Here we are. This is the Invisible Cup, the tournament where we spend more time in breaks waiting for players to make coffee than we do in actual matches. As you can tell, I'm being incredibly inefficient, unprofessional, and letting my personal feelings get the better of me. But dear God, we have spent more time in this stream waiting for Firestorm to finish various breaks than we have playing games. So much so that I'm considering amending tournament rules in the future surrounding breaks so that people can't do that. So, introductions. Playing as the Yellow Tribe, Red Base. Pop TB Firestorm. Playing as a Red Tribe, Yellow Base. Pop TB Tornado. Just as a forewarning for any of you, if you join my stream and your first line is, first of all, fuck you, you're going to get timed out. That's just common sense. Both of our shamans having a little bit of a duel here. The yellow shaman actually blasting red shaman forward. Yellow one, a bit of a dangerous spot as red's trying to get into yellow's base. Red shaman doesn't seem to have a blast, but don't worry, yellow kills that brave for red. Red does go down. Yellow securing the high ground there. Push the wrong button. I know what I'm doing. I've certainly not started falling asleep. But this map is New Brimnir Palace at the moment. We have Tornado, who is on match point. Only 1 game away. Taking 3rd place, and this could be a good map to do it on. Firestorm almost secured an entire land bridge. Going to be using that spy hut wood to build extra towers. Yellow successfully tricks red into thinking he's not paying attention, throws down a nice quick blast. I do apologise for those of you watching on YouTube. I'm having to do a little bit of moderation at the same time. Everyone's getting a little bit aggy and a little bit frustrated due to the length of the breaks. So we're just trying to keep moods in check as well. Blast trick from red actually gets red killed there. Red could have continued down onto this tile otherwise. Well placed shots from yellow going to secure a nice early land bridge. Babbo, I need you, if he continues to join with the attitude, to just ban it. Just keep muting him. So, rapid dismantling coming out of the red base. Actually, so much dismantling that it looks like a couple of the huts have been dismantled completely. Or perhaps not even built completely. Yellow player has still got trees. Killed one over here, but still got trees, so that's not too bad. Might want to move the Fire Warrior training hut out of its exposed location. Meanwhile, we've got red doing more or less the same thing, but also not moving Fire Warrior training hut. Has cut down a couple of trees also. So here come the Ghost Army trying to displace the Shaman, who almost got a secondary land bridge there. Ghost going to give the Shaman a good little push. The blast clicked onto the... What? The blast clicked onto the Ghost so that the blast trails as well. Ghost Army is going to be used to clear out the towers, but the Fire Warriors are being clicked back into the towers at the same time. Yellow's not doing the standard I've got to throw all my population at you strategy. Is actually trying to run away with the Fire Warriors to keep them alive. Not necessarily a great strategy. As red could come in and blast all your stuff, but it looks like red wants to be a noble. I did say in yesterday's cast that Cess brings out the worst in people. Makes them play like real dickheads. But I guess red doesn't want to be one of those people. He's not getting into the base, he's not blasting, but oh, that was weird. But there goes the Yellow Shaman. Combination of Fire Warriors and Ghost pushing. Gonna see Yellow Shaman go down. Fire Warriors being hidden inside huts, so they can fire a couple of volleys. The timing of Red's own Fire Warriors was so good in such a way that they actually managed to shoot the Yellow Fire Warriors out of the hut. They do need to be controlled here to kill these Fire Warriors. So take a look at the populations, 33 to 26. Red Shaman with a lightning, Yellow with only a land bridge. Probably been caught trying to charge Earthquake. Ghost being annoying inside huts. I'm surprised that Red hasn't brought forth a couple of Braves just to, you know, tear down these towers. Yellow Shaman has to go into this hut and individually pull out every single ghost and slap him at least once before he disappears. The Yellow Shaman pushing forward as the Red Shaman is inside the tower. Yellow has to be careful that Red doesn't just surprise her with a lightning. Very, very much within the realm of possibility here. Cess is just one of those maps where anything can happen. Red player almost completely without trees. His population gone full fuck the trees mode. Yellow Shaman doing much better on the wood front. Watch this patience between our two players as the Shamans dance slowly towards one another before then slowly retreating. They know their ranges, they know their spell ranges, and they're just dancing on the edge of those ranges, trying to get players to waste their spells unnecessarily. This Fire Warrior in this tower is going to make it a little bit harder to get into the base. Yellow's going to use a Ghost Army of his own to try and get some annoying pushes. Push is really ineffective for the Red Braves there. Lightning comes out for the Red Shaman, shown her hand. But failed to find the kill. These Yellow Braves are going to get the push. Nice 3-Brave push there. Does eventually get the Red Shaman down. Red's next spell was a flatten, so probably just going to expand over here almost instantly to get that extra population up. So Yellow Shaman is going to move forward and try to secure the middle. Population's 49 out of 63 for Red, 39 out of 53 for Yellow. So Yellow definitely feeling on the back foot after that little exchange on Cess. Yellow did charge the standard Earthquake, so is going to do the standard I'm going to walk up an Earthquakey thing. But it cuts in a way that is fine for Red. And Yellow's just going to go and pray for more land bridges, because why not? Might as well. So our red shaman's going to go flatten over here, and this is going to give her access to the second base. Yellow shaman's going to retreat and use a land bridge to do more or less the same thing. Now red has access to a second base, needs to continue charging flattens to connect to the middle. Here comes yellow, going to do the same thing. There's the land bridge. Nice long path going to connect to the second base. Now red shaman. See what she's got. She's got another flatten, so she is ready to connect soon, I hope. Oh, gonna take 2 flattens to get that done, though, my friends. 2 flattens. Red does have an expansion, so both bases, both players like for like on expansions right now. So red's gonna be waiting to charge that 1 extra flatten. Yellow has another earthquake, but no other spells, no anti-shaman spells, so red could just walk up and light her. Instead, red's not going to. Red going to move backwards. Yellow shaman finds a free blast onto some fire warriors, gets one of them. Lightning from yellow must have just been freshly charged because he didn't have that the last time we checked. Gets the kill onto the red shaman. Red going down there. Gonna stall out this game, drag it on for that little bit longer. Red did get an early advantage, but has sort of lost it because of the way the cut has gone. But red does have the necessary flatten to connect to the middle now and can continue fighting for pressure. Yellow shaman is building out the second base, so that is good to see as well. The red shaman is up. She's alive. She's going to go for a little wander. So our yellow shaman dancing at the front line there. She's probably trying to keep this tower within lightning range in case the red shaman tries to duck into it. No, it looks like she is going to back off. The red shaman going to get the opportunity to move forward. Could get the flatten off here. Baits out the lightning. There it is. There's the lightning baited out. Nice wide path there with the flat as well. Population 73 to 74. Yellow, red, respectively. Thank you, Babo. So, yellow is earthquaking in onto red's front line hut. Going to get a little bit of damage in. Yellow shaman does go down as the red shaman gets a well-placed lightning. Bringing forward fire warriors from the second strip. Going to be able to secure a kill. It doesn't look like the red shaman can get across there. She's going to have to spell walk if she wants to. So, Tornado going to be pushing forward towards the middle, using troops to secure the advantage as well. Fire Warrior volleys. Clearing up a couple of the Braves. Fire Warriors now patrolling on the hills. Have a little look at the mana. We can see there's an Earthquake for red, which we're going to see on one of the side strips. slightly placed off to one side. And we're going to get a mirrored cut. Same kind of cut that we saw before, only this time it's happened to yellow. Now red gets to pray at the land bridge and just shore himself up, repair some of the damage done, build his base out, expand it a little bit. You're wondering what's going on in the stream chat. Someone got banned for saying, first of all, fuck you. Oh, well, not banned. They got a 10-minute mute. And then the second their 10-minute mute ended, they then replied, y'all can go fuck yourselves. So really not learning from the reason that they were muted. Is why we're having to address that. So, we've got red fire warriors patrolling on the various spots. Trying to keep our yellow shaman out. They are. Nice shot from yellow is going to get the kill onto red. Fire warrior is going to be clicked onto the shaman to try to stop her. The swarms do come down, going to send the fire warriors scattering around as it looks like Firestorm's going to mount another offensive. Loot Hill is in my chat cheering for the wrong side. Very bad of you, Loot Hill. I am very disappointed. So, these fire warriors actually doing a great job at keeping the Braves away from the shaman. It does show the importance of bringing troops with you in an offensive. If you'd brought just the shaman, some of these fire warriors might have got more volleys out, as well as the Braves slowed her down much more. Real Braves are actually in this tower, so they're going to be tearing it down, dealing a little bit of damage. Ghost Army comes down for Tornado. Population's currently 79 for red, 102 for yellow. So yellow's definitely pulling away in the population lead. Ghosts have been clicked onto the yellow shaman, who opts not to use the... Oh! 12 ghosts couldn't get the shaman in the water. But the population is being sent towards yellow, but I don't know if there'll be enough to slow her down as our yellow shaman. Going to throw down an earthquake. Lightning is good. What does the earthquake do? Blah, disgusting. Gets a large hut, and fortunately that hut hadn't had the resources wasted and it hadn't been upgraded yet. So we need to see what our red shaman player starts doing. It looks like red is expanding, which is good. Going to keep trying to grow that base bigger. Trying to make something happen. Red needs to get up in population as yellow has 2 bases now. And we'll see if red can make a smart play that just cuts yellow out. The troop huts galore, double fire warrior training hut for red, and a single warrior training hut as well. Fire warriors firing their volleys. Gonna clear up that fire warrior. Wide open here. Could go either side, really. Perhaps less this side. Red's got 2 lightnings, but very little else, so we'll see what red manages to do, if he postures threateningly or not. Yellow missing a lightning. Red is... It's very interesting to see red pretending like he's got damaging spells. He's like, I'm coming to attack, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you, except not. He has tornadoes. Has a tornado and some lightnings. He's also got a flatten, so he could come over here, open this up for attack. He might charge a second earthquake, try to cut this path, and flatten over here and try to troop out the base. we've seen a couple of players try to do that on Cess. It's a little bit of a weird map and really does just bring out assholism in our players. Lightning from red does not connect with yellow there. Please stop getting shot by the same tower. Thank you, red. Ghost going to come out from yellow to clear up all of... Or Swarm going to come out of yellow to clear up all those ghost armies. Ghost armies of yellow's own to distract them. So red shaman's going to miss a blast, I think. Oh no, proxy blasting to kill the fire warriors. Then our fire warriors have been clicked onto yellow shaman. They get a nice little volley off on her. Send her retreating for now. Shaman's doing a little bit of a dance as red is up to a second tornado. But again, still not really charging anything meaningful or anything too damaging here. Is pumping out warriors though. There are 9 warriors for our red shaman right now. Tornado does come out onto one of the towers. Fire still getting shot by this tower all the damn time. Please destroy it. Thank you. So, our yellow shaman feeling the pressure here. It's so important for her she doesn't die here. And she manages to make that happen. She gets a well-placed lightning onto the red shaman, going to get the kill. And now she gets to push forward with her troops and launch a counter-offensive. Now, while red was charging those tornadoes and training a bunch of warriors, yellow has charged another earthquake. So we're going to be seeing this whole earthquake thing going off. Now, what we might even see, if yellow is smart, yellow might cut this and then just troop this, because red doesn't have the back connection to the side base. So, lightning comes out from yellow as a swarm of troops come on in. Fire warriors and warriors alike. This tower's still occupied for the moment being. Red needs to be careful. Does, in fact, get a couple of good swarms off. Looks like our yellow shaman's going to be able to walk on into this side base. Red should really just ignore this. Shaman's done her damage. Don't kill her. Leave her there. Go for her own base, or you can turn around and go light for light, which benefits her because she got to use her spells. Red did not. Population's 129 for yellow. 86, 87 for red. So yellow definitely in a strong advantage here. Red Shaman applies a lot of pressure, but never actually gets anything done with it. You know, he spent a good 3 minutes here applying pressure to the Yellow Shaman, but never actually got in to deal any damage. It was all just posturing and being like, ooh, I'm scary, I could do damage to you. Yellow Fire Warrior is going to run away from the red troops, and red is smart, pulls the troops back because the Yellow Shaman is on her way to the front lines. Population advantage still the way of yellow, which means the mana advantage is the way of yellow, and you can see that yellow is continuing to charge spells that are actually good on Cess. But missing lightnings isn't going to help you win a game of New Brim near Palace. So the blasts coming on down onto the annoying Braves that have been sent in the way as the Warriors lead the charge. Red Shaman trying to get in. Actually does die there, but gets the Earthquake off on the side strip. It does minimal damage. It doesn't even cut the path, so Red is not going to be happy with that. Red could get these Warriors into these 2 towers. May as well just tear them down, because why not? Fire Warrior showing off doing one-handed push-ups. Heath, please stop behaving like a child in my chat during the middle of a tournament game. So this warrior going to be taking a bunch of damage. Actually eventually loses that fist fight to the fire warrior as yellow warriors run on by, going to get into red's secondary base. Earthquake does cut the path, meaning red's expansion base is vulnerable. Red Shaman is also dead, so we're probably going to go 2-4-2. Yellow's going to push in a number of troops into red's secondary base, meaning that red is going to lose control of it. Red's managed to charge an earthquake again. Maybe this time he'll consider using the earthquake on a base instead of these paths. He's trying to get lucky paths, lucky cuts, but it's not doing him any favors. It's really not working out that way. As you can see, lots of yellow troops pouring on in towards the secondary red base. Red Shaman's still alive, needs to be careful. Actually gets a really nice blast onto the Yellow Shaman. Yellow Shaman going down as a result of that blast as well. The Yellow Warriors, though, and Fire Warriors all in Red's base. Probably just abandon this and let them have their way. Instead, go look for a counterattack while Yellow's dead, but it looks like Red doesn't want to do that. Red wants to try to save this base. Fire Warrior is going to be sent running around as the couple of warriors left in the base are going to get cleaned up. But even more Yellow Warriors arriving. They are being very persistent. Our Yellow Shaman has respawned. He is alive once again. Fire Warrior being very annoying. Lots of Fire Warriors clicked onto the Red Shaman. The Red Shaman's starting to struggle to deal with the pressure that they're putting on. But yeah, you can see the Red Shaman is having to run away from these Fire Warriors. Oh, you have to be so careful when you light Fire Warriors like that because they go flying, and when they go flying they get extra range and they will more than often shoot your Shaman back. And now the Red Shaman is forced to be impatient. And she actually dies, which means the Yellow Shaman is going to get in here. She's brought a couple of warriors with her. The volley of the Fire Warriors combined with the push from the Brave is enough to slow her down. Can this collection of 4 Fire Warriors get her? No, they do not. But the lightning only connects with one of the Fire Warriors. That's one Earthquake. Follow up with a Flatten as well. Ugh, that's a bit gross. The Yellow Shaman does go down, but not before she gets 3 more hurts. Combination of a Flatten, couple of huts. Flatten and an Earthquake. Getting a couple of huts. Population 144 to 85. Yellow dying before getting off the other Earthquake. So Red is once again going to try to take control of the middle. bringing forward a few fire warriors. The yellow shaman does run away a couple of the warriors, but also sends a couple forward to harass the shaman. Get in on top of those fire warriors and kill them. Red shaman once again losing the shaman duel. Started this series so well and then started playing like a potato. Frontline warrior training hut from our good friend Firestorm, who we know is going to ask for another hour-long break after this game. Loot Hill still continuing to cheer for the wrong player. Double Earthquake goes down for yellow. It gets barely anything. It does set fire to the Fire Warrior training hut, but the actual damage there, not too bad, actually. Red Shaman has expanded her base a little bit, as the yellow troops are going to make their way into the side expansion once again. Now, our Red Shaman doesn't have access to warriors. Oh no, she does. She's repaired the warrior training hut. Never mind. What do I know? But they're still not in a position to be able to help her take the middle again. A couple of warriors in that guard tower are going to get blasted as yellow tries to sneak a huge contingent of warriors on by the red shaman. But the red shaman is paying attention. She is there, so you're not going to be able to sneak by her, really. Yellow's sitting at 159 pop. Red on 79. Lightning from yellow misses. Red's follow-up lightning also missing. Neither shaman able to get a kill. Lightning, follow-up lightning from red does get the kill, however. Red shaman a victorious in that shaman duel at long last, claiming a victory for herself, and has a couple of troops to bring to the front lines as well. Braves are being sent. One by one they come to harass and irritate shamans all over the world. Swarms going down even more onto troops that are being sent to the front lines. Red shaman has to be careful. She's in range of a tower. Stop pushing without your troops. Throws down a ghost army. The fire warrior was shift clicked onto the shaman, so that fire warrior gets out of the tower. Flatten to cut the path from our red shaman, who probably wants to charge another flatten to connect this path. The yellow shaman does have mana, so I strongly suspect she is just going to be able to flatten that up again in no time at all. There's an earthquake in on yellow's expansion. That's some good, free, safe damage. It's going to get the fire warrior training hut. Kill a bit of population as well. Doesn't connect by land quite yet. Yellow shaman throws out a lightning. Red shaman uses a swarm on a group of warriors. Not always the best thing, because now all those warriors are scattered. Yes, they are a little bit weaker, but they are now all scattered. And as you can see, they're all now starting to approach the shaman from all sides. Red shaman very quick to move out of the way of the lightning, but the follow-up lightning from yellow does get the kill. Red only using a mere blast onto the yellow shaman, meaning yellow once again has an opportunity to go on the offensive. Yeah, yellow shaman trying to get in on one of these bases, decides the main base is too hard, going to go for the side base yet again. Which is okay for red. There's not too much on this side base to lose. The only structure of importance is the warrior training hut, but red has another one here. That was me yawning. Not a commentary on this gameplay at all, I swear. In comes yellow with the double earthquake. We'll see what it does. It doesn't do anything here. It sets fire. And it gets one hurt over here. So the red can be very happy with that double earthquake. It's really not that devastating. And the warriors, however, are going to get in, and they will probably do a lot more damage. Oh, the follow-up lightning from the yellow shaman does get our red player. We'll see what happens. It looks like yellow is trying to pull off the reverse sweep. Was down 0-2. Game is currently 2-1. Looking to make this a 2-2. Haha! Fire Warriors in a hut. The ultimate gotcha. So the shaman goes sailing across the horizon. Black goes off for our red shaman player. Going to continue to expand the base. This is the one thing that the red shaman has done that no other player on CES has been able to do. And it's probably the only reason that red's population has not completely thrown out. Is that red is continuing to expand the main base. So this shot on the main base has done very little because it's all been replaced by the back of the base here. But red has lost control of the second base, and that is something that red is going to have to be careful of in the future. There's a lot of warriors in there doing nothing at all. Swarms coming down, as is a lightning from our yellow shaman. Troops running around everywhere. Everyone's a little bit afraid of bees. Oh, nice lightning from our red shaman. Going to get the kill on the yellow shaman. And now red is going to be able to push on forward. Perhaps get some damage, perhaps. Unfortunate. So red has just gone straight on over to this base. A lot of the buildings have actually... The damaged ground is repaired instantly. Wow! There's like 6 warriors here, which means the Braves got a couple of good pushes. Huh. So, population's 87 to 149. About a 60 pop lead for yellow, but this is CES. Anything can happen. Let's see what our red player does. Ghost comes down, but it's almost instantaneously cleared by the swarm because it comes down on top of the tile that was occupied by the swarm spell. Well, those warriors have done a nice little run by into red's base, getting a good amount of the troops. There are fire warriors there, though, shooting as well, so they are going to eventually get the kills. Oh, the lightning does not quite connect for our red shaman player. Yellow's lightning, however, is striking true. You feel for red because he had such a commanding lead and then it all just disappeared over nothing. A little bit more patient play from yellow, checking the hut for fire warriors this time. Firestorm coming down for our yellow shaman, going to guarantee that she is able to make it inside this base as there are no guard towers to be immune to Firestorm. First earthquake, second earthquake, GG says Tornado. So it's going to be 2-2 now. And there is the GG from Tornado. We're going to a game 5, but I am pretty pissed off about it. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming, and we are back yet again. You're good at estimating pings, except for all the times that you get it wrong, which have been as many times as you've gotten it right. So, Playing's the red tribe, a red position. Pop TB Tornado. Playing's the yellow tribe, yellow position. The score currently 2 for 2. It's Pop TB Firestorm. This is the third place match of Populous the Beginning's very first Invisible Cup, and if it carries on like this, it'll be the very fucking last. $1,000 prize pool hosted on Populous Reincarnated, hosted by myself, Lovenji Gaming. And this third place is worth $150. So we are here on Yggdrasil. So we can see that both players are starting out with their converts, building this hut first, but then not building off of it. There we go. This hut's the most important one to complete of all of your huts is yellow because it allows you to build an additional 5 huts surrounding it. Get all those plans down nice and quickly. As I continue to have the hiccups. And same for red, this hut does the same thing. Build this first, build all the plans around it. And you can build your base out as quickly as possible. Yellow Shaman going to be building on the high ground here. That's very annoying, very oppressive. Red a little bit slow with the defense on the side strip, but already has Fire Warriors in towers on the front line. That's going to apply pressure to Yellow's defense, which is going to take a little bit of a pounding here as Fire Warriors just fire away at that tower. They might even get that. Could even pull the Braves back. Don't need the Braves. Fire Warriors are doing the job for you. We're going to see what happens here, what our players opt to do. We'll check the populations, 49 to 53. Pretty standard. You normally see a little bit more of a population lead for yellow than that. So red did a great job of keeping up with yellow in the converts. And now it really is... According to some members of the community, this will end on a true test of one's skill. As this is the map that everyone settles their differences in. 1v1 me, bro. 1v1 PP. Let's go. So this tower doesn't get the opportunity to get filled as well. Red being very good about using Braves. Converting Braves on the front line and actually using them to disrupt defenses as opposed to sending them back to build. So this tower is going to get damaged, but this tower fortunately can reach here. He's finally going to stop that Fire Warrior in his tracks. Yellow Shaman is present. Shaman's trading Blast. Red goes for a bit of a magical journey, but does get chased away. The red Fire Warrior survives from that tower, though. He isn't actually going to go down. Means he could be used somewhere else. Always useful. Oh, red trying to get a cheeky little blast in there, but Brave survives. But not the second time. Follow-up blast does take him down. Population's 52 to 50, so red actually taking a population lead now here on Yggdrasil. Fire Warriors firing down upon towers. Red firing a couple of blasts, the Ghost Army being really rather annoying, and the Shaman duels. Ooh, red actually losing the Shaman duel there. Nicely played by our yellow Shaman player, managing to get the kill there. Now an opportunity exists for yellow to be able to launch a form of counter-attack. Maybe a little bit of damage will even be done as well. But no, Yellow Shaman seeing stars going to retreat back towards the hill instead. Oh no, just changed their mind again. Going to run on up the high ground. Earthquake is Red can cover that in towers, make that more defensible. Red should cover that in towers, make that more defensible. Build a couple of towers down here as well. Hey guys, you know how I feel about my towers on Yggdrasil. If there's a gap and a tower can fit in it, you put that tower down. You fill that hole. That's the rule. You fill the hole. Population's 52 to 56, so population's still breakneck. This player does seem to know how to shift click. as the Fire Warriors focus the Shaman. Nice deep earthquake in there. Going to get one of the towers. Burn down a couple more. Actually interrupt the warrior training hut there as well. Hey, look, Yellow's responding like for like, using some Braves to disrupt these towers. So we'll take a little look at the bases while we wait for Red Shaman to look to do something. And you can see the Red Shaman is now pushing forward with Ghosts as Yellow fixes with a land bridge. I don't think Red will do terribly much else. He doesn't have any spells. Yellow's started to upgrade. Good foray of medium huts in there, but hasn't finished building out the base. Neither has Red, but Red is much slower on the upgrades, not quite getting those medium huts in quite yet. So, here we are. Pressure is on. Both of these players playing for a chance at $150. The finalists, which will be played tomorrow. Tomorrow being the 24th, for those of you watching on YouTube, on Twitch. Those of you watching on YouTube, that'll be too late. Sorry. I don't think this video goes up until the 28th for YouTube. So, Shaman going to be moving towards the high ground. Blast does come down. Going to stop those Braves building. There is a Brave carrying pile of wood. Got to stop him quickly. Ah, that was a Ghost Army, not a Blast. Tower does complete. Once again, Red is going to have to dismantle that tower. By dismantle, I mean take it apart using troops, not actually dismantle, which is a game mechanic in Populous. Fire Warrior cleared up with a well-placed blast from our Red Shaman. Red Shaman also dipping up onto the higher ground to get a good blast down onto Yellow. The blast trick is good, and the Ghosts are going to bully the ever-loving heck out of our Red Shaman, who is again trying to get onto high ground. Yellow continues to give chase, spamming those Ghosts. Whoa, that was a bit of a roll. The blasts do trade. Both Shamans doing pretty decent with their blast tricks. However, both Shamans still alive. Red Ghost coming down as well as Yellow Ghosts. Both Shamans harassing each other. It looks like Yellow's Ghost had way more success than Red's did, as Red Shaman gets directly blasted and then the follow-up blast on the Shadow as well, just for the extra execution damage, as a couple of Ghosts and real Braves are going to be sent at the Shaman to try to slow her down. Now, our Yellow Shaman is pulling ahead. 76 population for Yellow. 70 for Red. Tornado going to clear up one of these towers. The rest of the towers not been filled yet. Yellow Shaman going to be pushing forward. The Fire Warriors need to be clicked onto the Shaman. They have not yet been clicked onto the Shaman. Yellow Shaman does get a earthquake off on the side of Red's base. It's not the worst thing in the world. Actually quite good for Red, because this becomes very defensible now. This has all been turned into water. It's quite hard to get here. Just has to build those towers that we talked about. Perhaps Red Shaman might want to stop taking Shaman duels, because Red's losing these duels. Red not paying attention to his Shaman. Just dies immediately. Don't know what that was about. Very uncharacteristic of our Red Shaman. Warriors dance back and forth. They're going to separate themselves among the frontline structures. So, our Red Shaman is alive, and hopefully she'll put a more admirable performance into the Shaman duel this time. Using a Lightning to kill the Yellow Shaman is one way to certainly start that. Oh, how the Shaman didn't fall into the water there, I do not know. But Red is certainly going to be thankful for that. So the blasts going to clear out that tower. Further ghosts going to be utilised as the red shaman's probably going to EQ down on this side strip. The existence of fire warriors inside huts has been revealed. But the shaman's going to try to push in anyway. Needs to throw down that earthquake and get out of there. Does throw down the earthquake, but not before dying to the fire warriors. Earthquake cut is, it's fine. Yellow building an almost impeccable defense at the front here. Really going to have to look to attack down the side strip instead. So, Yellow Shaman going to be idling at the front, waiting for the Warriors to get to the front line and deal some damage. Red's Warriors, meanwhile, running by into Yellow's presence on the middle strip here. Going to get into this hut, maybe do a little bit of damage. Fire Warriors trying to kill the Yellow Shaman. It looks like the towers did get shift click, but not before the earthquake goes down. Lots of damage being dealt to Red's general defensive layout, but very little damage going down onto Red's actual population, although Yellow is ahead by about 20 pop. Yellow's still not finished the base. Red has finished the base, but Red's upgrades are a little slow. There are some large huts. We've got Red pushing on in here. You can see these towers are full. Earthquake does go on behind the towers. It's pretty bad for Red, to be honest, in this situation. You know, now Red has to use a land bridge to get into this Yellow base. Although Yellow might be generous and fix it for him. Some players will repair that. Other players will leave it as a natural defense for a little bit. Red Warriors appear to be defeating Yellow Warriors in combat, so that's another small victory for our Red Shaman, as Yellow is just... I don't know what Yellow's doing. Yellow's trying to build the Great Wall of Mibble or something, I don't know. Gonna break one of his own towers doing it. Nope, never mind, this tower is a hacker pro. Here we go. Things are going to start to slow down for a little bit of time here, as Yellow just continues to land bridge everything. Let me guess, another long land bridge along here, or perhaps looking for a lightning. Yeah, Yellow's probably looking for a cheeky lightning, as Red just goes for the side door. Red does need to be able to kill this tower. Red doesn't have any spells, so I don't know why Red's opening the side door. He does complete the charge on one earthquake here. Yellow's just going to sit in a tower. What's Yellow's Key 52 timer at? 23 seconds. Red's is at 0. Looks like Yellow had a group of warriors here to defeat Red. Yellow missing the light. It's going to continue to give chase to the Red Shaman. However, Fire Warriors have been clicked on the Shaman, so if Red casts enough... Never mind, Red's actually just going to get the earthquake off down on the side strip. Gets one of the huts. Does a little bit of damage. Gets a couple of pop. Not the greatest earthquake in the world, but certainly going to make Yellow aware of this vulnerability. Does actually connect this up as well, so additional trooping paths around the side of the Yellow defense. Yellow's defense very front focused, but not very strong on the side. Yellow counterattack, however... Guard towers filled with fire warriors. Going to be distracted by the ghost armies of our Yellow Shaman. As she tries to push on forward into the base, fire warriors are being clicked onto the Yellow Shaman, who uses an earthquake on, well, towers again. And the earthquake cuts in a weird direction. Yellow trying to keep up a relentless sequence of attacks. Red Shaman might opt to trade here. The population gap is a little bit closer than it was. Red actually got a bigger max population because Yellow's been so slow about building out the base. So even though Red's is behind on population, does have the potential to get bigger. Although that may change with our Yellow Shaman connecting the side door there. I think our Red Shaman's waiting for a land bridge, and he might just go around this. He might go over here and around the towers. Gonna use a lightning. Just the one. Yeah, look, he is going around the tower. So we've got a base trade here. Well, base trade in the popular sense of the word. We've got warriors from yellow going to come on in. They're going to provide the damage soaking as our red shaman actually opts to retreat. She connects up the path, then decides to retreat. Doesn't want to let yellow deep into the heart of her base, so is going to try to pull back to be able to deal with her. Also, any fire warriors that have been clicked on her, you can see they are just running into towers. So it does have a double fold effect as well. Go far forward enough that your opponent is going to shift click you with their fire warriors, then retreats. Their fire warriors run into your towers. You can see yellow's defense pretty wide open, although that damage did hit the red base. You know, we complimented red for the bigger max pop, and that has now changed. Yellow ahead on both max pop and actual population now. So the damage has been done. Could fit a couple of towers here, you know. That might be helpful, might stop that happening again. You know me, always looking for my tower holes. So yellow, once again, keeping up his great wall. Clearly a fan of MAGA. He's just always building a wall. So our red shaman dancing at the front here, trying to get a cheeky light onto yellow. Yellow is keeping the shaman moving at all times, trying to find opportunities where she can get a cheeky light, and perhaps dodge any incoming lights for red as well, who is just spamming blast for the fun of it. Red gets caught trying to push on into these towers, gets hit directly with a lightning. Now our yellow shaman is going to be able to launch another attack, but the populations are dead even. Population and max population, there's very little difference between the two of them. So even at this point in the game, it's still quite close. Yellow's wasting an awful lot of earthquakes at the front, which does give yellow a few opportunities. Red is doing something with land bridge to make the path a little bit more walkable. I don't hate that, although it does lower the land significantly. This was getting a bit difficult to navigate. So red utilising the land bridge there, going to make it so that the shaman can actually walk around. Maybe we'll see him dip into a tower here, maybe not. It's a big risk. As you can see, the lightning throws down. It does miss. Both shamans trading lightnings. Red actually getting the better of that as yellow opts to throw down a cheeky earthquake. So, our red shaman going to be pushing on forward, does use another earthquake on the frontline defense. Spamming blast, going to take care of these fire warriors that have been clicked onto the shaman. Each blast, even if it doesn't connect directly with a fire warrior, is dealing damage. Haha! And then the shaman rolls into the water. How stupid. Yellow warriors doing a little run-by into red's base. There were a couple of red warriors there to stop them, but not enough to stop them massacring. People talking about yellow's campy land bridges. Might not be wrong. Yellow shaman once again going to look to push on in. Does have an earthquake. Going to throw it in deep into the red base. Red's towers, they're all getting battered, they're all getting damaged, they're not getting repaired quick enough, which means they're not getting filled. And that's probably the that's probably Red's weakness right now, as his defense is just awful. If you're not going to build huts here, I don't know if you can. So, you know, towers! More towers! The warriors on the side look like they're about to get cleaned up. Fire warriors in this hut, as well as patrolling on the high ground, going to be able to fire off a few volleys to deal damage. The problem for red is that red has no control of the map. So although we're watching red do these attacks and it looks really cool and it looks really fun and it's like, oh, it's back to back, you know, they're trading. Yellow has map control, red does not. Red is doing anything he can to try and get into yellow's main base and deal some damage, because it's just about the only way that he can make yellow slow down long enough to take control of the rest of the map. Got all these warriors on the high ground, fire warriors, towers built up as well. The lightnings do trade, both shamans going down. One shaman because of a lightning actually hitting her. The other because she went for a swim. That's interesting. So our red shaman is alive. This is the yellow one. But what I said is technically true because the red shaman is alive. Then we're going to have to see what happens here. So you can see when we go into the map, when we go into like this perspective, look how many towers you can see on the horizon. So many towers for yellow. Cannot do the same for red. But there's a couple. There is a couple. So we have a base trade sort of thing going on here again. Although red just uses an earthquake on the defense, gets absolutely nothing for it, and then turns the shaman around to try to stop yellow, because yellow is doing a huge run by with troops. Yellow using a swarm, trying to get a little bit of effectiveness out of that spell. Yellow using a earthquake on the hill as red lightnings his own hut. Earthquake's pretty decent. And red shaman is currently on fire. So, our red shaman still a prisoner in his own base. Using land bridges to try to fix the damage that has been done. Actual population 129 to 136, so you know, in terms of actual population on the field, the game is still close, but yellow has just so much presence on the map, so much more control of the game, that red is going to crack eventually. Yellow is going to get into red's base. Fire warriors for the red shaman trying to get on in. This land bridge actually providing yellow with a nice path into the base. Yellow throws down an earthquake. That's the only spell she has right now, but hey, it is extra damage. Doesn't get anything though, just lowers the height of the land and kills a couple of braves. Red's base looking a bit of a mess. Still plenty of holes for towers, though. Yeah, Cossack gets it. Cossack's talking about filling all the holes. Good man. So, Warrior's going to get shot at by the guard towers. As yellow wins yet another Shaman Duel, back-to-back Shaman Duel victories in the last game and now also this one. Meaning that yellow could very much be on the verge of pulling off the reverse sweep here. Looking very bad for our red Shaman. So yellow's just going to walk on into the base. Gets shot by a tower but not before she gets the earthquake off. We'll see what this does. It does get a hut. You know, 2 more huts on fire as well. Yellow Shaman's so low on health, but still there, still alive. She has not died yet. Red Shaman needs to make something happen. He's falling further and further behind, and now he really is behind. Not just on the map, but in terms of actual population and the state of his base as well. Lightning does not find the kill. The Yellow Shaman still seeing stars. Fire Warriors do fire a volley. They get the Yellow Shaman. Red has some breathing space now, but it really is what he decides to do next, I suppose. Does he just surrender? I don't know. He's contemplating his life choices. Here we go, the Red Shaman. She's made it out of her base. She's walked about 5 foot. Here she goes. She's thought about it. She's thought about it long and hard. She throws down the swarm. The warriors also leading the charge. Going to be soaking up a few of the Fire Warrior shots. Nice use of the Ghost Army to sort of hallucinate warriors for the towers to shoot at. Yellow Shaman, however, is just going to ignore the Red Shaman and go for a trade. So again, these yellow warriors have done wonders on running in on Red's side. Red Shaman is going to Earthquake the high ground again. Oh, that last tick of the shaking got so many huts. Real nice. So the Yellow Shaman tries to get Red with the lightning, but for once Yellow is actually missing. The Red Shaman gets a Shaman kill that is so important for his tournament life here. And then he dies to warriors. That's a shame. Need to see a big play out of Red, really. Yellow's starting to run away with this game. You know, Yellow at 183 max pop. Red at 148. Actual population's 126 to 159. Have to see what happens. Yellow Shaman has respawned. She's going to be moving to the front line. Red Shaman now also alive, having died in an embarrassing manner. A bunch of guys with swords managed to get the jump on her. Why didn't you shoot any fireballs? You're supposedly good at that, they asked. She just said couldn't be bothered. Earthquake from Yellow gets absolutely bugger all, but what it does do is lower the height of the land, meaning those towers are less effective as a whole. Red doing a little bit of Great Wall of Mibbling himself. The lightnings are traded. Yellow eventually coming out on top. It took 3 lights, but hey, Yellow got the victory in the end. Big W for Yellow there. Going to see the swarms coming down. Going to distract the troops that have been clicked towards the Shaman, as are the Ghost Armies. Remember, Ghost Armies don't distract Fire Warriors that have been shift-clicked. You can see our Red Shaman has just clicked every single Fire Warrior he possibly can onto Yellow's Shaman. Everything going for the Shaman. They want to try to kill her, and if this troop army does not kill the Yellow Shaman, and they actually manage to get themselves all killed, then Yellow can run on in. But hey, the Yellow Shaman does go down there. Ghost Army coming on down. Distractions. so that these towers don't fire on anything. Towers being slowly pushed and crawled forward. In fact, if anything, yellow stopped building towers, whereas yellow could really have kept building them. The land bridge out of yellow just going to connect on up to that damage that red had done earlier. Pray for the volcano in the center. Now red shaman's going to have to think about what she does next as yellow warriors run on into the side for the 7,000th time. There were some fire warriors in place, but they're not going to be enough. So, the yellow shaman is alive and looking to attack into the red base here. Fire warriors getting clicked onto the shaman, as is an armada of braves. They're trying to do everything they can to try to stop her getting on into this base. Lightning onto the towers that were filled, meaning the shaman is just going to have a path to walk in here. She throws down one earthquake. Has she got anything else? Was it just the one? It looks like it's just the one. Fire warriors being pushed forward for yellow as these yellow warriors continue to harass the side strip of our red player. Swarm coming out of red, going to scatter the fire warriors that were marching towards the high ground, trying to get an advantage for themselves. Red at 114 pop, yellow at 161. So you can see that yellow is really starting to run away with this game. Should be a win for yellow. Should be the reverse sweep. Yellow should be taking the third place match. Unless red can pull off a miracle. I'm cheering for you, red. If anyone can do it, it's you. You deserve this far more than yellow does. Patience of the goddamn saint. It's alright, Keith. We're a dysfunctional family here in Pop. We all have those moments. It's all good, man. It's all good. So, Yellow Shaman going to be pushing forward. Using Fire Warriors to try to control the high ground. It looks like Red's doing a last-ditch mounted defense here. Because at this rate, Yellow's just going to absolutely smother him with troops. You know, the Fire Warriors are now on the high ground, actually controlling Red's base away from him. This is probably GG. How long Red wants to play this out for, you know, I'm not going to hold it against Red for wanting to play this out. You know, the prize money is $150. Really should... Red really did deserve it as well. Not that I'm too biased or anything. It's his last game of the tournament. But it is looking nigh on impossible for him now. As he goes down one more time to yellow. Oh, that Fire Warrior pushing Yellow Shaman off that little high ground. Oh, go on, Fire Warrior. Fire the shot. Fire the shot. Be the hero. Nah, man. If that Fire Warrior had fired a shot, he might have been considered a god among men. Yellow going to get an earthquake on, but unfortunately the Fire Warrior hut survives. Lightning on to Red, getting the core camp, but Red fires off a blast as well, killing the Shaman. But the problem is the troops. Troops. GG, says Tornado. Unlucky, Tornado. You deserve this, man. I don't care if I'm biased. You deserved it. Firestorm's strategy of break scumming wins him $150. Third place player going to be TB Firestorm.